Good Monday morning, and wow, this is crazy. Hey, welcome to Ice Age TV. And somebody watches my videos say, yeah, this looks familiar, doesn't it? It's the guy with all the freaking cars in his freaking yard. Does this guy have a used car dealership? So what are we doing today on Ice Age TV? And boy, this is kind of intriguing and exciting for me. I, just last night, if you're watching my videos, figured out that you can actually charge your vehicle from another vehicle, meaning the electric vehicle. So here's my Mach E, the car I bought for my wife. I have a Grabber Blue and got her the Space White, which actually I'd rather really have this one, truthfully, but she likes this Space White. So here's the ball game. I did a little, oh, there's my puppy. Let me get him in. Come on, pup. All right, so here is what I'm thinking. Is last night I did a little sample of, I can plug in my Ford F-150 Lightning truck into my other electric vehicle, and I can charge it. And a lot of people now are bringing up a lot of points, and that's why I'm going to do a little test this morning. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, hey, how long will it take you to get, X amount of miles charged off your other truck to your other vehicle? And I'm saying to myself, these are really good points. And instead of figuring this out being on the main road, why wouldn't I test this in my own driveway? So first of all, let's look at my wife's car. Let's look at my wife's car, and let's first of all just see what the range is on this vehicle right now. And if the car, usually it just kind of tells you, am I right or wrong? Let's see here. Maybe you have to get in it. I don't think so. Let's see if she's waking up. Yeah, I guess not. Well, I guess I get in the car. So let's see her. Start her up, and let's see what she says. So she has 189 mile range. All right, well, this car usually has about a 230 mile range in the warmer environments. So the question is, at 81%, this is my thoughts. I'm gonna make breakfast this morning. I'm gonna bring my truck over and I'm gonna plug it in, and let's see within like 20, 30 minutes time, how much of this vehicle get charged. So that is my project of the morning. Yeah, my challenge in my property is always about parking. Yeah, poor me, right? So I pulled Mach E over a little better space. So now I'm gonna pull up the F-150. So just anybody watching the video first time, a lot of good questions going on out there. And since I'm one of the newer ones to have an F-150 among some others, I got the 131 kilowatt battery pack that has extended range battery that gives you the opportunity to take energy out of this and put it into another vehicle. And people are now reaching out and saying, yeah, but can my non-ER range do the same thing? I would think it would. I mean, you're going to lose, it'd be lesser kilowatts. You can give to somebody else as it's going to really drain you down. But so the first thing is, when you buy these vehicles, you get a standard 240 volt battery pack charger including purchase a vehicle. So that's really nice. I mean, fortunately I have actually 3 of these because I have 3 electric vehicles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug this, and I'm going to use this now off my F-150 Lightning here, and we're going to charge up the car and see how long it takes to charge it. So follow me along. All right, now the first thing is how much power. So I'm at 258 miles. So let's take a picture of that. All right, got the truck on, and first thing is, see this plug right here? This came with the truck. This is your adapter for the back of the bed. All right, now next thing is, we gotta go to settings here in the truck, and we now gotta set it up, our Pro Power on board, and I have to activate that rear Pro Power setup. And, and for me, okay. So the vehicle power down timer is off. Vehicle run to supply power to the outlets until Pro Power reserve setting is reached. So that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to leave it at that for right now. Okay. And let me go over and get my, this is interesting. So you can actually set how many miles. You could actually set this if you're out working out in the woods and you need to get 50 miles home, you're working out of the truck all day, this thing saves you from killing the truck. So that's pretty cool. All right, so this came with this extended range truck. An individual said, hey, I don't have extended range truck. Well, I get this. I don't know. So follow me along. Another thing is you leave the truck on. You know, I don't turn the truck off. One thing I think I will do, though, is turn off. You know, I would think you'd want to turn off the AC. So let's see here. Which we go, that's a whole other freaking setting and everything else. I mean, why do you want to have the AC on while you're charging another vehicle, right? So settings. So let's see here. You know, all the freaking information. Right? Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to turn off the air conditioning, heat. You know, I think you're better off to have everything off so that you have you know, complete utmost energy. And here's your Pro Power. Everything's still on. All right. You know, I talk about this in my other videos. Listen to the fans. And this is even noisier on a hotter day. On a hot day, you know, this truck, you know, you would think this, average person would think they walk by this vehicle, this is a gas engine vehicle. You know, so it is kind of interesting how things aren't as quiet as everybody thinks they are. They are, but they make noise. All right, so let's get in the back here. All right, so I just unplugged my supercharger, or I should say my charging station, not a supercharger. And now I put this together before I plug it in to this spot. See here? So the question is, does the 9ER Lightning truck have that connection? I don't know. I would think it would, personally. I don't know why Ford would take that away. Okay. All right. So now you see that blue light. That means this thing's on. So now let's go over to the car here. And I think we better take a picture of this again so we can remember all this stuff, right? Let's see here. And you don't have to have this car on. This will just start charging. So take a picture. All right, so I just took a picture. It's based about 5 of 8. And I'm gonna turn this car off now. And now let's plug her in. All right, so now let's plug her in. The white light means nothing's happening. This needs to go blue. Okay, so now this is charging the vehicle. And it's about 5 of 8. I'm gonna go make breakfast for the kid. Yeah, the kid, where's the dually? Yeah, I know where the dually is. It's at the workout time for the truck or her, right? Sorry. So here you go. You know, this is the look. You're not hearing noises over here. Kind of thought I did for a second. All right, so here's the look, you know, and let's just double check it. Make sure everything's still working. You know, it's the first time I've ever done this, so Murphy's Law, something won't work right? I'll come out a half an hour from now and this will be off. All right, so the adventure begins. It'll be interesting. How long does anybody here think this is going to take to get this thing, let's just say, you know, 1 kilowatt? What will be the charge rate in this 1 kilowatt, which would equal to, you know, 10 miles, 20 miles. So follow me along this morning as we, you know, this is pretty cool. I think this is neat. I mean, this just, to me, if my wife and I go on a road trip, you know, this may make things work because this is a 325 mile range vehicle and that's a 235 mile range vehicle. But once you get on the open highway, I think 235 goes to like 200. And I think this is such a big vehicle. It's 325. I'm hearing it goes to like 280. So I really want to take these vehicles down on a road trip, but I don't think my wife will do it. I think my wife will chicken out. She gets really paranoid once this vehicle gets down to 80 miles. I've run my Grabber Blue. You know, if you're following my videos, you know, when I first got this, I ran this thing down to like nothing. You know, I've got a whole video where I had like 98 miles to go and I had like 98 miles to get there. So the wife's not as courageous as I am on that stuff. But anyways, all right, we will come back out here shortly and see what's going on, right? As the cars are on fire, right? Or what one person said, it's gonna brick it. I'm gonna brick that car and I'm gonna brick this car, so now I have 2 bricks. Which, okay, got me. I mean, you know, the hate of the electric vehicle. That's what I'm telling people now is this, you know, years ago you bought a junk car and you called it a bucket of bolts. So now a new saying is this just a bucket of batteries? You know, do I now just have a bunch of bucket of batteries vehicles? And truthfully, if there are always problems and, you know, aren't what you think you're going to get, yeah, then these things become a bucket of batteries. All right, breakfast time. What are we having for breakfast, right? See, the wife would just rather drive that. You know, she's much more confident in that. She even asked me, which should I take, that or the Ford Broncos? And I'm like, you know what? With those Ford Broncos having major, you know, catastrophic engine failures, I tell her take that. And that's a used Pro I picked up last year, my Carvana experience. And it had, you know, it has like 27,000 miles. That's a good point. I gotta get this damn thing serviced. Uh-oh. If she took it, yikes. All right. So, car's been charged now, what? About 45 minutes, 50 minutes. So, you know, picture you went to a Cracker Barrel. You know, picture you went to some road stop on the road. And you went in and had, you know, lunch, dinner, whatever it is, whatever time of day it is. But something I got thinking about, you know, you could be charging your vehicle. But something I got to think about is, but can you lock this truck up when this vehicle is being charged? So that's something I'm intrigued to see. But before I do that, let's see if this thing's still charging. And let's see what's going on. Okay, so is the blue light on? Yep. And what's this over here say? Okay, still charging. So now let's get in the car. Let's see if you have any updates here of where we went to where we are, right? Let's see here. Let's turn it on. And so we're at 86%, so 202 miles. So just off of memory, I think we're at 85 miles. I'll have to look at the picture. All right, let's see what the truck here is saying on the range. So we're down to 241, and we are at 77. You know, and there's so much information it's saying. I guarantee I can go in here and see exactly what's going on. Okay, so she's showing right now everything that's happening, which is pretty cool, right? Yeah, so, all right, so let's look at the picture for that. All right, so the truck was at 258 mile range. So basically right now, this vehicle, the Mach E took 17 miles from my truck to give that, I believe, 12 miles. I'll have to take pictures and do all the calculations. But yeah, so the truck's being sacrificed for the car. You know, which, yeah, duh, it takes more power away from the charging to give to the other vehicle. Physics, right? So, yeah, so, all right. So a minute ago, just saying, you know, picture you guys, my wife and I meet at a Cracker Barrel parking lot, right? And I plug it in, but here's the question. Can I now take my key and, you know, lock this truck up, and does it continue to do what it's supposed to do? Right? I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't. But let's see. You know, so, because, you know, you can't be going to the restaurant with all your vehicles, you know, unlocked, to be stolen to a degree, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, so it does continue to do what it's supposed to do. But for me, this has been a great learning lesson just for me. And I've already had some guys on the Ford Mach E, you know, make comments and gave me some ideas. And so I got to thinking, yeah, this is, what's the reality? And this is now reality. So to me, I say for an hour's charge, you maybe gain maybe 15 miles. I don't know. I'll have to look at all the numbers as I make this video. But, so that's dangerous to me. I mean, to me, if you're thinking that you're going to do this out on the road, now this just kind of reinforces to me, if you think you're going to get out on the road with these vehicles and you're maybe 30 miles from a charging station, but no need to worry about that, honey, I'll be right up behind you. That turns into a good 2 hour plus stop to charge. Not including once you get to the charging station, now you got to charge the vehicle. I mean, that could turn into a 4 hour project, especially if it's not a supercharger. And I'm not here belittling the electric car. I'm here sharing information about how these vehicles, it's still very challenging to make these, cross-country, long road trip vehicles. And I know all the electric vehicle people that watch my video, they're going to be like, yeah, but this is about people that don't own electric vehicles. Because I already had a comment on the Mach E forum, hey man, this stuff's been going on for a long time. The F-150 hybrid had this, okay, don't you get this? I'm thinking, well, this isn't about me or you. This is about people that don't own electric vehicles. And it's about helping them learn. And the F-150 Lightning's getting a lot more attention than an F-150 hybrid truck got. I mean, that's, this is a huge hit for Ford to be the first in the market with an all-electric truck. So to me, I'm just sharing information on how versatile this vehicle is, but at the same time, the ongoing challenge of over-the-road electric charging is a huge challenge. And people don't understand that. People don't realize that when you have a car that has 200-mile range, it's not real. On the open road, you're probably going to be at 180-mile range. You add on to that, when you go to charge the battery to preserve the thermal battery pack and you don't blow up your battery, overheat it, you're only going to get 80% charge. Sure, go beyond 80% charge, but then it goes at a very slow rate to protect the battery. So now you're got a 160-mile vehicle that just got to 80% of that. So very challenging. These vehicles on the road become a huge challenge. You get into rural areas, you're not going to find charging stations. I mean, this is why this vehicle takes 2 days to get to Florida. If I take a Mach E to Florida, it's over 21 hours of driving and charging, and it's probably more than that. So if my Ford Lightning, I was kind of hoping this thing would maybe pump out a little bit more faster, but I get it. I understand what's going on. So anyways, I hope this video is helping you understand a little bit more about this whole idea of charging vehicles. And for me, I think I'm very fortunate because I have the new Lightning. How many people have the Lightning and the Mach E? I'm sure people do, but I'm just sharing this video so you can get a better idea of what their truths are about these electric battery vehicles, not redundant, these electrified vehicles, of what you can and can't do. And so yeah, is that going to work going to Tennessee with my wife driving the Mach E? It's not. It's going to be a major project, so forget it. Am I going to take this to Tennessee? I think I am. So once again, hey everybody, I appreciate your support, and I hope everybody has a great, blessed day. And thanks for watching Ice Age TV. And I haven't had any coffee yet, so yeah, my words getting slurred. Yes. And yeah, the next video is this thing all packed up going to Tennessee. Do I do it? I don't know. I'm still thinking about this for the moment after experiencing this. Yeah, and I just got to thinking, let me show you exactly what we ended up with here, with it being now just about an hour's time. So 206 miles. Yeah, let's look at the truck now, okay? The official range, 238 miles. All right. So hope this helps you out and figuring out what works for you. Well, the good news is my wife can drive the car to work. You know, she drives like 100 miles round trip, so I think she'll be all right. Yeah, but this ain't gonna work. There's no way, because she has to drive close to 50 miles just to get to work, and then she's gonna be like probably, I don't know. That's all debatable. But we'd have to charge this car before we even got going down the road. So to take this car to Tennessee for her to leave from work, it would turn into a major charging. You know, it turned into a long day. That's the reality. All right. Thanks for watching Ice Age TV.